Can't get rid of me, hey, 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 hey. I run the underground like a fucking marathon. I go to sleep in the hard head to the job done. These niggas only put in work when it seem fun. But to be a boss, you gotta have boss growth some. Why should I stunt hard for a bunch of fronters when most of y'all never seen money? Stevie Wonder, to fix the mesh I made, I'ma need more than a plunger. And
making whole scene is sinking. Big dog, about to bring the motherfucking pain. Lock it in, lock it in, lock it in, lock it in, lock it in.
Welcome back. Yeah. We got a dope one for y'all today, man. To all those who may be first time viewing, quick little intro. I am your man, Mickey J. the Analyst, a.k.a. The McMahon.
Damn, Lace, you made this?
With the big hands, you feel me? And say, man, you are watching the Gangsta and Gentleman podcast. Man, let's get some going. Relax. Okay. We coming close to the season ender. Aww. You know what I mean? So that means we even closer on your fender. Pause.
Jesus Christ.
And today's just another dope, dynamic episode that, you know, for those that are returnees, I don't write this down. I don't have any blueprint of how I'm going to carry the episodes. I just give it to you raw, uncut, the way it's supposed to be. And today is no different. Because today, people, we going to talk about keeping up with the Joneses. What does that mean, Mick? It's a term formerly used throughout many generations here lately. I'd say I can't date it. I don't know. I really don't know how long the term's been around, but ever since I was a wee young lad, all the way up until the point I became a man, father, and well-known dad. You hear me? I would like to say the term came from evolution. You know, people started to grow in different cultures and started to have different things. And, you know, started trying to live a life accordingly to what they felt was successful. Even if that meant sacrificing the image for reality of what's really going on. I like to start there. I like to say that the term is based off of an image before priority. Again, I can't date it, but I tell you this, I got some words for y'all. Some of y'all gonna love it, some of y'all gonna hate it. We're gonna start right here. What you don't have, you simply don't have right now. Okay? What you can and can't do, you simply can and can't do right now. The people, the places, and the choices you make are the main things you're in control of right now. So, when we start talking about keeping up with the Joneses, you got to know what lane you are currently in life to understand what is for you and what ain't. A lot of y'all go out here and y'all base your whole existence around image and what everybody else thinks you can do, what you have, what you've acquired, your lifestyle. You know what I mean? Anything to make people think that you're the man or you're the woman. In actual reality, you're just another person who's trying to stay above water, but that image is making life a little bit harder.
Shit like that, shit like that, shit like that, shit like that, shit like that.
When I was young, and I used to see all the D-boys with the nice whips, the girls, the money, what I thought was the respect, and potentially the power, I was never fully drawn to it.
Why?
Because I had been taught at an early age the difference between reality and illusions. And when you don't know the difference, it creates a lot of self-confusion. See, I've been around hood dudes and street dudes all my life pretty much, man. In different forms and different facets and different environments from different cultures all my life. And one thing I can truly say is I always got respect for not being somebody who tried to act like something he wasn't.
Message.
I didn't start drinking until I was like 18, 19. I've never smoked weed or a blunt ever in my life, even up to current day. I've never put myself in situations where I had a lot of females to get what I wanted from them because I always was taught when you real, the real gonna fuck with you. And they gonna respect you for not trying to give them an image of what they want to see, but give them the actual person who's in front of them. See, in certain situations, you got to know when to give people your representative and give people you. Pause. You got to know when to look people in the eye and let them know this is who I am. This isn't who everybody thinks I am. It comes a time where people pleasing leads to self-destruction.
Message.
And a lot of mental corruption. Because you start to distort what's real and what's fake within you. Trying to make people feel like you're something that they want you to be never ends good. That's why you got to know, coming off the base of the last episode, who you are. What your purpose is. Because when you're put in certain situations to get an opportunity, you got to know where it's coming from.
Message.
And that opportunity could be a new work environment. That could be a cipher of new things that come with people, a group change. That could come with certain different avenues of how you get revenue. That could be that's money or income or capital for those that didn't catch that term. You know, not trying to throw certain words out there. But if you don't know it at a certain age, you should be ashamed of yourself. Start there. I'm not going to spoon feed y'all these 4-letter words all day. I'm not going to do it. I'm sorry. My vocabulary's a little higher than certain things. But, back to it. It comes a time when you get a certain age, the image that you should be trying to create is based off the character of who you're building yourself to be as you try to figure out who you're designed to be. This world is wicked. And there's going to be a lot of things that people try to make you feel bad about. Whether it's your physical appearance, whether it's the way that you think, you move, the way that you interact with people, the way that, you perform in certain situations. It's just a host of so many things. But you got to understand this. When people are in a higher situation than you, financially, hear me well, people, that doesn't make them a better man or woman than you. You don't know what they had to do to get there. You don't know what they had to do to obtain that spot. You don't know what they had to trade up or sacrifice to be in a position to try to make themselves feel good and look down on you.
Message.
See, some people only fuck with you the way they fuck with you because your moral and your character and your integrity is better than theirs. And they want the respect and the appreciation and the camaraderie that you get amongst people that you think they have, that they know they really don't. See, sometimes having the baddest girl or the handsomest man, having this high income job or whatever you do to get income, whether that's out the street scamming, doing whatever else, or having a good blue collar little job, or having a nice little from warehouse jobs on down. You got to understand this. Money has nothing to do with how you should be viewed.
Message.
If you come into a room as a 9-to-5 worker and you're in a room with millionaires, and those millionaires have already prejudged you when you came in that room because you don't have this materialistic shit on that looks like everybody else in the room, that doesn't mean that you're not built for the room. That just means a lot of them have lost touch with what the fuck character is. See, in this world now, we glorify money so much more than we ever have. It's always been something people glorify. That's why it's the root of all evil. Money creates the version of you that you really want to be.
Message.
When you can obtain a certain amount of it. That's why it's important to have discipline and moral and character and integrity and be walking in your purpose before you really get it. Because a lot of people who get it, before really knowing who they are, they show themselves why they really didn't deserve it in the end. Because they come out a whole nother person that they didn't even know they were capable of being as they're being it.
Shit like that. Shit like
and
that.
as they're living it.
Shit like that.
And as they're entwining in certain social circles and activities and obliging in certain drugs that they never thought they would be a part of. You got to know. You got to know. It comes a time when it's easier to understand it's best to win in silence. Because the more people who know you're a winner is the more people that's going to seek you out. And you're not going to understand and know what they really want from you. You're not going to know if these people are put you in a position to be used and abused or climb the ladder and still keep your moral and integrity. It's important to understand how people view you is based off 3 things. People gonna base you off the materialistics that they see, in the way that you dress with your image. People gonna judge you off what they feel your financial situation is. If they know that they're in a better financial situation, and believe it or not, People gonna judge you off your significant other. The man or woman that you choose to place in your life. See, when you get in this rat race and start trying to keep up with the Joneses, to a certain degree, all three of those boxes need to be checked off in the way that it's respected amongst the people around you that you know really got your back and yourself. More than anything else. See, it's cool to have an image of somebody that's winning until you in a room with one that's really winning. It's cool to have all this nice jewelry on and do all this flexing and frauding until you in the room with a couple different people of different races and ethnicities and genders who really got it, and they treat it like it's nothing. It's cool to you in a situation where everybody's looking at you to be this person just to find out you struggling to have a home, a car, hell, a place to even think clearly.
Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like
because you rather look like you fit in than actually be the person that's in. You don't have to fit anywhere when you're actually in.
Message.
You understand me? When I realized people liked and loved a person that can be real with them, that can be compassionate with them, that can look them in the eyes and tell them they love them and mean it, have a sense of humor, know when to laugh with them, know when to cry with them, know when to not give them the representative, but let them know you're dealing with the real version of me right now in this current moment. When I realized it was okay to continuously give people that, as I look back over my life, I don't have any regrets. I never tried to be tough. I never tried to go out here and harm people. I never went out here picking fights. I didn't talk to people any type of way. I went out here just banging anybody or trying to do malicious shit and, you know what I mean, fuck on any of my homies, old ladies, or family members and stuff like that. I wasn't doing none of that crazy shit. I was cooling. I was always cool with knowing, God willing, I got to get old. And right now, I'm creating an image of what everybody's going to remember me for, who's going to know me then.
Message.
And that image is going to carry over. And throughout time, I'm just going to continue to heighten it. I'm going to continue to be the best version of me. And every time everybody's going to see me, they're going to always know I'm that same person, more enhanced. With a better image, a better attitude, a better mindset, a better understanding of life, a better view and perspective of how I should portray myself in certain rooms and the people I should interact with in those rooms. You don't gotta settle for what people who have settled to be a part of something are settling for. You don't gotta fry and act like you're something that you're not when you know what you really are. Y'all wanna know the funniest shit? I used to go out here and I used to chill in certain hoods and certain environments, whether I was with the trapper, the rapper, the killer, the dealer, the hoe, the foe, and just the person in the room you need to know. I got the same respect as a lot of y'all that went out here and had to do shit to create an image. Who had to go out here and do shit and take life chances to be in the same vicinity as me, who's done a fraction of the bullshit that you've done, that got you basically nowhere, just enough to say that you was there and you got it. To a lot of y'all out there right now, y'all say I look good, right? I'm kicking shit. I'm casual pops with it today. You know what I mean? That ain't crazy. You know what I mean? That ain't crazy. But without it, I'm the same motherfucker. Without this shit, I'm the same fucking person. That shouldn't change how you view me right now. If I took all this shit off, I'm still giving you the same words. I'm still giving you the same passion. I'm still trying to give you the same lesson. I shouldn't take this shit for you to want to hear it. And that's what a lot of y'all feel like y'all got to do. Especially with these young people. And a lot of them you do. A lot of these young people, they don't respect the image of a humble person unless it comes with the materialistics of what a rich nigga look like.
Shit like that, shit like that, shit like that, shit like that, shit like that.
Trying to live up to certain hype, I get you out of season. What that mean?
What that mean, Nick?
It's hard to eat when shit ain't right.
Message.
It's hard to eat when shit ain't right. You understand? When you go out here and you put yourself in certain situations, trying to compete with people who are already competing with somebody else, you've already lost.
Shit like that, shit like that, shit like
Because
that, shit like that, shit like that.
some shit is meant to motivate you. Right? Just not trying to discourage anybody who uses that shit to motivate themselves. And everything ain't hate. But you got to know your limits on your lifestyle. You got to know your limits with your income. You got to know your limits with your priority. If you're going out here spending priority money on shit that makes your image looks good, you're not a real man or you're not a real woman. Because if that makes you more happy than having stability, you're already losing that life and you need to reevaluate your fucking mindset.
Message.
If going into a room looking like $1 million is your goal, just to come back home to a mediocre lifestyle and half-ass living condition that you might not even fucking control, you got some reevaluating to do. See, life will teach you. If you play the game right and you start giving more no's than yeses in a lot of situations, the image that you see for yourself you will get without manipulating, without disrespecting, without stepping on toes, without creating foes, and without putting yourself in situations where you could come blow to blow. Pause. In my whole existence, I've never took something from somebody that I meant to cause harm or malice to. Competing is one thing. Like competing for certain things in life is one thing. Because that's you trying to prove to yourself certain things. While somebody else might have the same goal. That's different. But allowing yourself to fall victim to certain bullshit and certain etiquette that people portray that get them to certain levels, when you know that's not what you're designed to do or be, portraying a character that's not yours to create this image that people think you are and what you have, you got to live with the consequences of that shit.
Message.
And when you start losing shit, it's going to be hard for people to feel sorry for you. Because you had no business frauding anyway. For what? For what? When you go out here and you start putting yourself in situations to be humble, to be honest, to be real, to evolve, to not be a problem but problem solve, to not be an issue, to not be the person who finds a way to create all this tension to get here. When you get here, understand it's no looking over your shoulder. It's no tossing and turning who might and what might come back to bite you in your ass and how long you might last.
Pause.
The only thing you have to focus on is being in the position you're in when you make it. Not when you fake it, but when you really make it. The whole fake it till you make it shit, I'm not gonna fry. Sometimes it's necessary to carry that attitude. Why, man? Because sometimes faking it is the only time y'all motherfuckers get motivated.
Oh shit!
Sometimes acting is the only time you feel real. Sometimes perpetrating and posing is the only time you feel like you're the person that you really want to be. So sometimes faking it till you make it works for motherfuckers who don't know who they are.
Shit like that.
And they have to grow to evolve to find out for themselves later in life. But to the people out here right now that just simply want to know why the hell it hasn't happened to me, I've done everything right, I'm here to tell you this. It's coming. It's coming. You've paid your dues. You've put your pride on the table in certain situations. You've let your ego float out the window. You've had the patience. You've had the compassion for others. And you've had the work ethic. It's coming.
Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like
You won't
that.
have to keep up with images of other people who may have lost themselves by now. And they only seem like they got it together when they're in certain group settings. When you know what you're designed to be once more, you don't got to keep up with no motherfucking body.
Facts.
Because who's to say right now in your current state, how many motherfuckers out here ain't trying to keep up with you? All these secret admirers you might have. You so worried about what one or two motherfuckers is doing. You don't even see how many people might be trying to keep up with you because they admire how you moving. They admire how you kicking your shit. They admire how you putting down work. They admire how you out here giving game. They admire how you out here maneuvering for your family and making plays all kind of ways. You don't even understand how influential you are because you see this other motherfucker that you not sure is being real. It's easy to look like something over a phone. It's easy to look like something over a computer screen or a TV. It's hard to be that behind closed doors.
Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like that.
I love when I get in certain settings with people and everybody see me, you know what I mean, big man, yada yada. And I start lighting that motherfucker up with laughter and joy. I don't even be there for the money. I'm just there to give a couple funnies.
Shit like that. Shit
I'm
like
just
that.
there to inspire those who need words. I've been there to pick the heads up of certain kings and queens who just needed a little bit of smile. And I walk out of that room or that environment and I get a call. And I hear,
Man, such and such motherfucking talked about you all afternoon, man. How crazy you are, how funny you are. Yeah, I mean, they didn't know you act like that, man. They said they really enjoyed you.
What did any of that have to do with how I looked, how I dressed, how I portrayed myself in a materialistic fashion? I give people me, pause. I give people the man when they meet me. Not the person that I feel you should know. Because a lot of y'all forget, you only got one chance to make a good impression. And that first interaction is everything. Let me tell you what faking to get you. Faking to fuck up your opportunity.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
You come into a room too cocky. You come into a room too ego-filled. You come into a room acting like you already got it. And it's a motherfucker in that room who's ready to change your fucking life. And because you already came in that room like you already established, you done lost your opportunity to really make it. To really live the life you want to live. To really be the person and give the world the image of yourself that you're acting like. But because you done came in here faking, because you done came in here bullshitting like this is who you really are, they done started scanning over you looking for other people. That's the cost of keeping up with the Joneses sometimes. Sometimes the person who really is the Jones and is looking to pull the next person up might overlook you because you out here frauding like you're somebody that you're not. It's okay to ask for help in certain situations when a person's in a room that you know can actually help. Because the worst you can get is a no. But a lot of y'all get so ego-filled. A lot of y'all get so, I don't need no motherfucking body. Nigga, I'm really like that, yada yada. And then the moment that motherfucking person walk out the room, now you got these questions. Yo, man, so how I get it? Don't try to get... See, a lot of y'all want to be mature in private, not in public. A lot of y'all want to be mature in private, not in public. You don't want to go up and shake another man's hand and tell him that you know who he is. You've seen his work, his or her. You shake their hand and tell them that you've seen their work. You see what they're doing. You admire what they're doing. You would like an opportunity to be a part of that. Because you don't want to like you dick riding in front of other motherfuckers. Because this image you've painted.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
But as soon as that person leave the room, you want to know every bit of fucking information on how you can get in touch. Yo, this is such and such from the shindig. I just wanted to let you know, man. I'm trying to link. Why the fuck you couldn't do that while you was in that person's face?
Facts.
What about who you was with, who probably ain't doing shit or half-ass got shit? Couldn't you encourage yourself to do that then? And you probably could have got a better resolution. Because I'm going to tell a lot of y'all out there now, if you ever in my motherfucking face, and I just catch you hitting eyes with me off and on all day, and you just come up and you randomly start telling me how dope I am in private, when you had your chance to kick shit with me in public, but what held you back, you didn't know how I was going to take it. I ain't going to know how to take the conversation. If I even respond or if I even reply. Especially when I anticipate it. See, there's no room for frauding when you know opportunity's close to be in a position that you want to be. There's no room for frauding when everybody is already telling everybody else about you in that room. You just have to lower your ego and pride to shake hands and talk to the right person. in that room. Not try to be the person's equal or act like, oh, I don't need no motherfucking body. I ain't kissing nobody else here. Listen, me as a fucking person right now, I'm going to tell y'all one of my weaknesses right now. Y'all heard what I just said, right? My problem is I don't go out my way to network enough. I don't think I'm better than nobody. I don't do all this and that. Sometimes I still battle with my pride. It's not even ego no more. I killed my ego. It's my pride. Because sometimes I feel like I have to get to certain levels that people are. I don't feel like that anymore. I used to feel like I had to get to certain levels that a person is so I can have more of a rapport with this person. When actuality, now that I've grown and I've seen shit from experiences that I've grown from, now I see all I had to do was to give them me. Pause. All I had to do was introduce who I am, what I got going on, and if they're interested, let them see my portfolio. It's as simple as that sometimes. But you learn that shit from being the person in the room that everybody is giving this helium head to. Making them feel like, oh, nah, man, you that motherfucker. Like, no. If you know you're out here in a position where you're still working at least a 9 to 5, where you started an entrepreneur situation, and you're still not in a full financial freedom situation in life, you're going to need somebody. I hate to tell you that. You're going to need that. Whether it's contacts, whether it's linking up with other people to build a bigger foundation for yourself and a bigger platform for yourself, you're going to need other people. And I see that through trial and error from what I've just done with this podcast. I see what needs to take it to the next level. And I am. Because now, y'all know who I am. And they're going to know who I am if they don't already.
Shit like that.
I had to understand, once you build a portfolio, give them the resume. You don't go to a worker without work.
Message.
And I mean that in boss form. You don't interact with somebody who has created a foundation and a platform for themselves without proof that you're doing or done the same. To feel comfortable in those rooms that you would feel small in without them knowing who you are, or that one person in power knowing who you are. It only takes one person to vouch for you to be in a certain setting and really start living and getting the financial freedom that you really want. But you got to understand where you are in life right now and where you could be. And the only thing that could be blocking you is the mindset of this false reality that you painted for yourself that you're good and you're okay. You're never just good and you're just okay. You can always take something to the next level. But it starts with understanding. It's a time to fake. And it's a time to be real. It's a time to speak up. And it's a time just to sit back and observe. It's a time to put yourself out there and let the room know your resume and your portfolio. And it's a time to sit back and critique how everybody else is doing and giving theirs.
Message.
So you can know how to spice you up and sell yourself a little bit more to let everybody understand. I just need a little bit more back. I just need a couple more contacts. I just need a couple more links to expand on this platform that I got going. I'm not in here looking for no handout. I'm in here looking for guidance. I'm in here looking for wisdom. I'm in here looking for knowledge. I'm in here looking for somebody who would financially help me understand how I can go to the next level. If not, put me in position or point me in a direction to go there. Trying to live above your means is the reason why some of y'all gonna be stagnant. Because until you take care of the shit that's a necessity in life, you're not going to understand what it means to be put in a real situation. If you're not already sacrificing with what people call day-to-day shit, taking care of day-to-day priorities, and it's your responsibilities, why should you just shoot past the line and just be placed in a position that you can't even appreciate? Because you couldn't even appreciate when you was in the lower tier. So how you gonna appreciate when you're in a higher tier? And sometimes God allows that for certain people. And sometimes it changes them for the good, and sometimes that changes them for the bad. Because sometimes he gives it to people who know they have the heart to affect what needs to happen with their family. Not just for them. Sometimes certain people's families need that person to be in position more than they need that person to just have position. And some people use it and some people abuse it for the right or for the wrong. But it all comes down to understanding you don't have to keep up with anybody when you know who you are. You don't got to play and portray that you're something that you're not when you know what you're designed to be. If you got a nice car, nice jewelry, and you worked hard to get that, in no way should you feel bad about people who don't have that. They didn't have to put in the work that you got to acquire that. If you have a nice crib, a nice looking old lady or a handsome old man, pause. In no way, shape, or form should you be worried about what family members do and don't fucking have that. Oh, shit. If they haven't put themselves in these situations to sacrifice, to miss shit, to be a part of certain things and go through certain cry your silent tears in silence and in private, and eventually come into all these things. Don't feel sorry for nobody. Because for what's for you is what's for you. And what's for anybody else, that's not your business. That's not your business. So on that note, I hope a lot of y'all got some dope content out of this one. I hope that a lot of y'all got a chance to see or hear more so some of these words and digest them. I hope a lot of y'all have real life counterparts, whether it's friends, families, significant others, people on your job, whatever, who you can apply the image of what these words look like and really allow yourself to understand when you work hard, you get results. When you put in the sacrifice, you get results. They might not always come out the way you want all the time. But sometimes results are results. And every time you look back, you still farther than where you came. So if you've been stagnant for X amount of time, you only got you to blame. It's your man, Mickey J. the Analyst. I'm living life sucker-free and non-scandalous. And once more, I hope that you enjoyed the episode, digested these words, and more importantly, spread these words around to your peers. Because these are the type that'll get you through your good years. I'm out, man.